Good afternoon, Leeds Geeks. My name is Eric Hegg, and today joining us we have Jim Renfro, Ryan Dodd, Ryan Dorheim, Cody Meyer, and Pete Kirby joining us from out on the West Coast where he is driving and will not be participating until he safely parks his motor vehicle. Today, Ryan is joining us to go over open house conversations and just trying to overcome kind of the awkwardness of asking someone to bring you on as their realtor if they're not working with anyone. So, Jim, why is this important to cover?
Yeah, so it's important to cover because it's usually a really good way to meet people, and so we want to take care of people. We're in the business of taking care of people, and so we want to be able to have those conversations, not come off awkward, and really be able to mirror and match people the way that they like to be talked to, so that it's a more natural conversation for them. And so for Ryan, a lot of these opportunities are really good for him, and same with any agent doing an open house. So Ryan, we're going to have you talk with Cody first. And so kind of your big thing that you need to be concentrating on is really mirroring and matching his style and trying to find out, is he just coming through because he's bored or what's going on here? So I'm going to let you two chat, and then we'll critique you after each opportunity and see what we could have improved upon. How's that sound? Cool. So go ahead, unmute, guys, and take it from there. So Dodd.
Yes. Who am I?
You're talking with Cody.
Oh, I thought you said okay. Right. There's two Ryans.
Yep. Sorry. Should have. Dodd, please talk with Cody about.
I'm out. I'm done. I walked out the door. You lost me.
So take it away, Dodd.
All right. Oh,
just like normal.
Hey, welcome to the open house. My name is Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Ryan. How you doing?
Good. What brings you in?
Oh, wife dragging me around place to place, looking to get a new house. I guess something wrong with the other one.
Oh man, that's is that kind of a drag?
Yeah, there's about 100,000 things I'd rather be doing on a Sunday, but you know how it is.
Oh, I tell you, there's golf on the TV, and if that's not what your thing, it's beautiful outside, and here we are inside.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, why is she dragging you around? What's the motivation for you guys having to get out of the house where you'd rather be?
You know, we'd like something with a little bit more space. You know, looking at these Ramblers, they're pretty nice. 3-bedroom, don't mind that. So a little bit yard space. Seemed like an all right space. We pass by here a couple times a day, so might as well pop in, check it out.
Yeah, it's on your mind. You guys, you're a little cramped where you are, is what you're telling me.
I mean, it's manageable, but we'd like some more space.
Okay. Feeling a little tight in like bedrooms or living space? What you need a little more elbow room? What's going on?
A little bit of both, really.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what's got you tied at the seams? Is it like not enough room with kids or pets? You said you wanted a bigger yard. What's your situation?
Well, you know, just be nice to have those things, and nice to have another bedroom, and just be nice to have more space altogether.
A little more like an office space or something like that. Storage.
Not really. Just another bedroom would be nice.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you got one for you and the wife. Need another for just like guests or.
Yeah, I guess, and we're thinking about maybe expanding the family a little bit. So.
Oh wow. That's a big step. Yeah, I mean, do you have kids now?
No, so I guess starting the family is really what was going at there, but
let's pause there. All right, Ryan, what do you think you did well? What do you think you're struggling at?
I mean, it probably took me a couple of takes to like mirror a little more focused, be more focused about the mirroring, and I thought my questions were okay. I was trying to make him talk more than me. Maybe that was good, maybe that was not great, but yeah, it took me a couple of ticks to kind of pace, I would say.
Okay, Cody, what feedback do you have?
I think the biggest thing, and I think your mirroring batching did get better as the conversation went on. I think the biggest thing for you is don't worry. So I think you're trying to ask questions, and you should just default back to why. I think you tried to offer me an out every time, and I took it every time, just about. If you offer me that little bit of a loophole, which, looking for me, more yard space, or yep, that's what I'm doing. I kind of gave you a pop up there by saying that, I wanted to expand the family, but I don't think you would have gotten that lucky with somebody who's in that personality type. Maybe you would have, maybe you wouldn't have, but I think just don't think too hard about your questions. Just keep defaulting back to why.
Okay.
Good job.
Eric and Pete, what feedback do you guys got?
For me, the big one, you were digging into motivation, which is really good. Don't forget to ask them if they're already working with a realtor to help them find a place. Just because it's picking up now. I heard people talking about how they had 20, couples come through their home and everything. If you got to pick and choose who you're talking to, you don't want to spend 5 precious minutes talking to someone who's already signed with a realtor. And then also timelines. So the big ones, motivation, ability, timeline, agent. You want to knock those out in that first interaction.
Pete, what about you?
Yeah, if this is actually at the open house and it's getting as busy as it is, you don't want to. His wife dragged him there, so his wife's the one looking around. He's probably just twiddling his thumbs. Getting to the point as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Building a relationship is great, but you need to figure out if you should even be talking to this guy or maybe talking to his wife or the other person, 3 people that just walked in the door. So making sure you're prioritizing correctly especially if you're the only one at the open house.
Sure.
Yeah. Ryan, what feedback do you have? And then I'll go.
There we go. Dorheim. I have 2 RDs now, even on the phone call. Yeah, 2.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
everything's been covered. Motivation, ability, timeline. So I have nothing else to add. So sweet.
Yeah. So Dodd, here's my feedback is, he said he had a million other things he'd rather be doing. He said, I think your biggest thing here is you're leading questions a lot. Think, oh yeah, there's golf on the TV or you can be outside. How do you know he likes to do that? It's a lot easier to just ask him, you got a million things you'd rather do. What?
Yeah.
You brought up kids, pets. You said need space. I think a better way to do it, since he's a higher D. You want to match that and say, how are you running out of space? Okay, what's that doing to you? Instead of leading questions again. And thirdly, when Cody said expanding family, and we go over this a ton when Robbie and I do lead conversion. What's expanding family mean to him? Doesn't necessarily that's what it means to you. It could be a mother moving in, dad moving in. Maybe they're adopting. Maybe they're getting cats. Maybe they're getting dogs. You don't know. So a better question to ask would be like, how's your family expanding? So, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Gotcha. So why don't you give Eric a call now?
Okay.
Or not a call, but Eric just walked into your open house.
Oh, hey, sir, how you doing? Thanks for coming to the open house.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Yeah. What brings you in?
Just looking.
Just looking. Okay. What are you looking for?
Just browsing. Do you know what the specials are on this house? What the annual taxes are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
I sure do.
You got the sheet with all that info?
Yeah, I got it right here. It's my only copy, so I'm gonna need that back. Here you are.
Oh, okay. Well, let me write some of
browsing?
this. Let me write some of this down here.
Yeah. Why are you browsing? What's got you coming to this particular house?
Just checking out, see what's in my price range.
Okay. Yeah. What is your price range? This is somewhere near it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really decided yet what exactly my price range is. It really depends. I want, something under 250,000, something that's going to retain its value and appreciate, and really looking for, the right house that is has good windows on east and west and south side, so that it catches a lot of sunlight.
Sure. That's a lot of specific
Yep.
stuff. Is somebody helping you do that? Another realtor?
No, not yet. No, I'm just starting to look right now.
Okay. Have you? Is it just you looking?
Yep, just me. Just looking for a place for myself. But I kind of want a place that I can live in for at least 10 years. But something a little nicer, a little more updated. But I don't need a lot of space.
Okay. You were asking about specials. Are you concerned about specials?
Well, I just want the cumulative price to be within a reasonable range. I'd love something under 250, including specials. That seems to be getting kind of tight right now.
Okay. Yeah. What? How many bedrooms do you need?
I don't know, 2 or 3, I guess. I'd set one up for myself, an office for sure, and then and then for the third one, just for guests, for family that comes in from out of town. I have a lot of family living away, so it'd be nice to have a place where they could come and visit.
Sure. I mean, do you know what? Are you in a hurry? What's your timeline? When do you need to be in a house?
My lease is up September 1st, I guess. That's when I need to be out, and so I'm ready to kind of get out of there as soon as possible, though.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you know about timelines, getting into house and moving and stuff like that?
What do I know about it?
Yeah. I mean, if you find a house today, maybe you get out before September 1st, but looking takes time, closing takes time. Yeah, just wondering if you had any questions about that kind of stuff.
No. I mean, it takes a couple months to close on a home. I used to own one before I relocated here. So I expect it to take about 2 months to close. I suppose I need an offer in by July 1st. So hopefully get an offer in June. I mean, I'd put an offer in on a home May because I don't care if I have to, pay for a month of rent as long as I get out of that place.
Sure. Okay. Hey, Eric, I don't want to waste too much more of your time. What if you kind of help me out with some of the basic criteria that you're looking for, and I can send you some emails, and we can kind of narrow down your search and get you looking at some houses here pretty quick.
Well, what is there? I mean, do I have realistic expectations? 250 with specials and everything for like one of these new builds, these 3 levels. I like them, pretty spacious. The only thing I'm concerned about is heating the vaulted ceilings. There's something a little more level, like a I don't know, Rambler or something where I could turn off the heat in the basement when it's not used. I like to maximize my savings rate as much as possible, and everybody these days just spending so much money. It's just me. I'm hoping to be on track so I can basically walk away from my job when I'm 45 or so and pursue something that I really like. Are you okay, man? Did he freeze for anyone else?
I think so.
Okay.
Unless he is really stunned.
Can you hear us, Ryan? He just saw a basilisk.
That's a great reference. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe on a bad part of the building.
You are. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is terrible in that room.
Eric, you got a lot of questions, and I'd love to answer them all. There's a lot of answers to a lot of your questions. 250K with specials, I'd say that's like pretty doable. But man, I'd love to get together and answer your questions. Could take about 30 minutes of your time. Wondering if that's something you'd be interested in doing.
I don't know. I'm just looking right now. I'm fine
Okay.
browsing some open houses and stuff.
you're looking for something pretty specific, it sounds like. And I don't think you'll have too hard time of it. You just see this one, right? Like you're just looking on Sundays at open houses?
Well, and online a lot.
Online a lot. Okay.
Yep.
I'd love to be the person to get you inside some of those houses. I mean, like you're talking about specific window locations.
Should we stop?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Jim, you're muted.
Every time. Dodd, what's your feedback to yourself?
Ryan, you're muted. Dodd, you're muted.
This is the spot where I actually get it's tough. Like I've talked to this exact person on so many occasions. Yeah, no, I need your feedback because I don't think I did a damn thing right. So
I'll go.
hit me.
So it obviously it depends on the situation, right? If there's 10 people in the house versus if this is the only guy.
Right.
To me, he's very specific in what he's looking for. He dropped that he doesn't necessarily know exactly how much money that he's approved for. So you may or may not know whether he's pre-approved, but the timeline is September 1st and he's obviously wanting to buy a place. So I think it's a matter of saying, hey, you have very specific questions and I can definitely help get all of these answered. Here's what we can do to help out, and being very specific on what you can do. Asking questions is great, but with somebody who has so many questions and a timeline that you know about, I think it's about getting him in that seat. Don't tell the time unless he asks it. Don't say, hey, I'm going to need a half an hour, right? It's all about showing value to this guy because he obviously has a whole lot of very specific things and a specific timeline. So it's, hey, this house is probably going to hit off a lot of things that you have, but wanting to make sure you find that right place in the right amount of time. I'd want to sit down with you and get all of those figured out exactly. And we can make the most of your time and get you into these places. Is that something that would work out well for you? Next.
Eric, I'll have you go since you're on the phone.
Yep. So I thought it was pretty good, showing your value. Hey, I've got that list right here. Here are the specials, here are the annual taxes. There are a couple places you could have gone a lot deeper. I was frustrated with renting. I think I threw in there, like, I'd be willing to get out of there early or break my lease, just leave it early. Could have dug in there. Yeah. Why are you so eager to, stop renting? Is it financial? Is it because I have a really loud person living above me? Is it because I don't have good lighting on a ground floor unit? All of those are things that I had kind of in my back pocket ready to unload on you. Digging into that emotional aspect because people act on emotion. I was trying to play a higher DC to the point, but very detail oriented. I mentioned an office. I want a home office. Why? What are you doing? I would have mentioned my career as well as a side hustle. Could have asked about pre-approval and 250. Why 250? Have you talked to a bank about getting pre-approved? That would have been another good place. And then with a high DC, you want to save them time and you want to save them money. I would have dug into that. Hey, instead of wasting Sundays just hopping around whatever open houses seem to be going on, why don't we sit down and come up with a game plan? That way we can stack some showings on top of each other all in one day and get you in the right houses so you're not looking at anything that doesn't fit your criteria that you have. That would have been more of like the pointed way to cover everything. I think maybe Jim has some more input there.
No, I think that was spot on. Yeah, I think you have to go from an approach of, hey, save them time, save them money, and really just nail down what's important to them. I think the natural tendency for us is to start naming off things because we're trying to set that hook, right? But I think the big thing is just ask them, hey, what's important to you? Time, money, what's going on here? You want to be in September? I mean, what's the most important thing to you right now? You know the process. How can I help? Oh no, I don't need any help. Really? You don't? Let's go over there. Dig down into it. Cody, what's your thoughts?
I wanted to kind of tack onto what you were talking about there, and tell me if I'm off here, but from my perspective, you basically lost your value within the first couple minutes of the conversation. You gave him exactly what he needed. If he already knew his details walking in, he knew exactly what he wanted. With a quick look at that sheet, he's going to tell you whether it's right or wrong, and he's going to walk out the door. I mean, I think, and I don't know from an open house perspective how you would play this, but maybe that's something where you're like, well, did you sign in? I can shoot you over an email. Sounds like you know what you're looking for. Tell me about that. You know what I mean? And then start kind of digging in there and getting into those why questions. But it just feels to me like, especially with, someone who's a DC or, somewhere in that sphere of influence there, it would mean you gave him exactly what he needed immediately upon asking. And I mean, frankly, from my perspective, there's no reason for him to be there any longer, depending on how high his D is. He may have just walked out the door. So,
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good perspective. Ryan, you got anything? Dorheim?
Yeah, thank you very much. No, as far as, and I picked up a bit more on the C, and Jim, you and I have talked about this before too, digging more into, well, why is that important? Well, why? Get him talking about more and more of the details. That way you get all the information right up front. Good catch, and I like Kobe's comment, especially with the D personality. He may have just walked out the door, that type of thing. So being able to show that value right up front is super important.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I'm going to need to cut out for. Do you want to do one more, Dodd, or what are you thinking?
Oh, I'll do whatever. I've got until 2:45.
Okay.
So
right.
I mean, plenty of time. I'll do whatever. I'm loving this.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cut out, guys, and go to that. Pete and Eric and Cody and Ryan are going to help you. And yeah, do you have any questions for me before I bug out?
I don't think so. When can I do this again?
We can put it on the calendar. I mean, we got another guest next week. We try to do just one guest a week, and so we'll keep internal guests on a higher priority list for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, we want to help you, man. We want to make it successful. So let us know how we can help, and then I would say just put it on the calendar maybe in 2 weeks. Peg, what do you think? Yeah, if you want to do 2 weeks from today, we can do that. We'll
Okay,
do.
yeah.
We have another guest next Monday, so we'll go from there.
I love how this is laid out. Yeah, I want to do it again.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm going to drop off, guys, and Dodd, you'll be calling Dorheim and going from there.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, Jim.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Hey, my name is Ryan. How are
No way, that's my name too. Hey, what's your last name?
My last name is Dodd.
Nice. I'm a Dorheim. We're both RDs.
Sweet. RD, how's it going?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Say, nice day we're having outside, right?
Beautiful. What makes you come from the beautiful place to an inside place?
Well, I was just on my way driving, and I was gonna go to the driving range because some of those things are open now around town, and so I was gonna go hit some balls, and stuff like that. And gosh, I saw the sign out and thought I'd stop in and take a look at the house. Looked like a nice house from the outside.
Oh, right on. Is that like something that you're thinking about doing in your life? Is switching more, like changing places?
Well, gosh, you never know. I got a nice place now, and it's like you never quite know what life will bring. You know how that goes there, Ryan? I mean, haven't you ever kind of thought to yourself where it's just like, yeah, who knows what tomorrow will bring? Something sparks that, imagination.
Okay, so yes or no, that's something you're thinking about?
Well, gosh, aren't we all thinking about it? So I guess the answer there would be yeah. Yeah, I'm always kind of looking.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Well, it's something a bit bigger. Right now, we're in a 5-bedroom house, about 3.5 bath, 3-stall garage, and it's a nice house. It was built back in the 80s. We're spending a lot of money on renovation, but it's like at some point it'd be nice to buy new, or maybe there's a bit more of like that warranty, or gosh, I don't know if it would build or what that kind of looks like, but it's always nice to kind of get ideas, walking around and.
Okay.
Gosh, yeah, especially trying to find the right depth of garage to get my car to fit in and stuff like that. So it's like you always kind of think of those ideas.
Okay, are you in the middle of a house search? You looking right now?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? Dude, I'm here, man. I'm right in front of you, dude.
Touche. Yeah, I don't know. Is anybody helping you look?
Like my wife or what?
Oh, okay. No, another realtor. You working with anybody?
No, I haven't signed up or I haven't done anything with another realtor yet at this point.
Okay.
Hey, is it realtor or realtor? I'm really confused. I think I always say it wrong.
I'm not going to tell you how to pronounce the word.
Oh.
You do whatever feels good.
Okay, thanks. I'll just call you a realtor. Wait,
That works. Whatever. Hey, you're in a 5-bedroom house. That's
Yeah.
huge. What are you doing that for?
what do I what? I'm sorry.
You're in a 5-bedroom house. That's like you got a lot of kids or.
Well, 3 kids. I got some animals and pets, and gosh, again, like I said before, you never know what life will bring. Gosh.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do? What are you looking to change? Something bigger, you said?
Well, yeah, newer carpet. Like I said, we're spending a lot of money in remodeling. We knocked out this wall. Gosh, I can't remember how much we spent, but it was some buco bucks. But we put down some new flooring. We knocked a hole in the wall, opened the place up, let some natural sunlight in, and it's great. But it doesn't really kind of change the functionality of the space, And I've been reading a lot of books about, kind of getting more of that Zen going, and get more of that positive energy flow. Yeah. Okay, you know about that stuff. Do you read that?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, this is the feng shui.
Feng shui? Like this is fun or what?
I don't know, just like you're right. The way a house is oriented, it opens it up, it makes it feel good in a certain way.
Well, the house might feel better. I don't know if I feel better because I see it in the pocketbook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, getting into a new house, the comfort of not having to fix anything is pretty cool.
Yeah, no kidding, right? And it's like
out there, and there's a lot of great builders. Do you want to go check out a few?
Well, of course I do. Are you gonna drive me around, or do I pick you up?
I mean, we can drive together or separately.
Oh man, let's burn your gas, all right? I'm all about saving money.
Yeah,
you seem like an all right guy, man.
Yeah, saving money is great. Hey, I am done here at 4:30 p.m. I got to go grab some signs.
Okay.
But you can go take a look at 3, 4, whatever, new houses, ones that'll save you money because you don't have to worry about a darn thing.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
No, that sounds great, man. Can I go chip some balls? What's that? You said you're done here at 4:30? Yeah, that's enough time to go to the range, chip a few out.
And then we can hit the driving range if you want.
Oh, dude, that would rock. Let's do it, man.
Yeah. Hey, did you sign in at the front?
I did, yeah. I put my name and my email address down in there, and hopefully my writing is legible. Some people say I write like a doctor, but hey, gosh.
Throw down a phone number, and I'll text you 3 or 4 houses. We'll go take a look. It'll be fun.
Nice. All right, man. Hey, do you golf?
I absolutely do. I am really, really good. How good are you?
You ever do? I'm horrible. I put divots in courses and I chase a ball around. George Carlin has a great joke about golfing. It's like, golfing is not a sport, but I think it is. I disagree with him, but I think it's funny because he's like, you hit a ball with a cricket stick and then you chase after it. And the whole point of the joke is like, hey, it's you could really, gosh, what was it again? What was the punchline?
I have a confession to make. I am actually pretty terrible at golf. I just wanted to see how good you were.
Oh no, yeah. No, I'm open and honest that I don't shoot a good game and all stuff like that. Oh yeah, be lucky you found the ball. That's right. That's what he says. Put it in your pocket. Go find something else to do. So that was a good joke, man.
Hey Ryan, it was great to meet you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in about an hour and a half.
Right on. Yeah, I'll be back, man. Sure, no problem.
And I'll make sure you leave your number. I'll be sure to text you the first place we go to.
All right.
And we'll.
All right, sounds good. Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, enjoy the weather.
Hey, I will, dude. See you, man.
All right.
All right, Ryan, what feedback do you have for Dodd? What feedback do you have for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Ryan was the high I. He's good at it, and man, he ran away with into some gopher holes for a while there. Yeah, no, it he reminds me of kids I used to teach, and so it's not hard for me to reel him back in. I thought I did an okay job with that when it was necessary, because I know that's the consequence of speaking with a high I. I don't know if going and looking at houses was the exact right thing to do in that situation, but I don't mind it. It would be good to know more about him first, probably, and I did not. Probably could have dug a little deeper in some spots.
So Dorheim, what's your feedback?
You gave me so much rope, I decided to run as far away as I possibly could. And I think you gave me more slack each and every single time. And it's great because that's the same thing I fall into when I talk to another high I, because that's my natural tendency as well. I literally have to have something written in front of me to bring me back into his ability or this person's ability, their timeline, and are they working with someone? You got the working with someone, but as far as my ability, you weren't kind of sure. And I think when it comes down to a prioritization of time, you definitely want to start prioritizing your time and keeping you as razor edge. I would be someone that would be great, to go show houses on later on, but you have no ability, what I do for a living, if I'm even in a financial position, if I'm even serious about a timeline. You tried, but I just wasn't giving you the rope, and I decided to go off and talk about squirrel things. So
maybe I do need to prioritize my time more, but I would. Maybe 3 or 4 houses wasn't the right thing, but maybe looking at 1, maybe 2 is a better choice, because I would totally do this. I've done this recently. Not quite this extreme of a high I, but I mean, this is a thing that has happened recently and worked out well for me. But yeah, maybe it's not the exact right route, but
yeah, and it's not that it was the wrong route. It's just, with my position behind the phone and stuff like that, I try to streamline as much as I possibly could. But yeah. I mean, it's just a point. I mean, you were definitely friendly. I definitely, if I were looking or were serious, I think it would be fun to drive around with you and go look at houses. I think you would have me at the very end of all of this. So no worries there. That definitely wasn't a complaint, but yeah, I mean, at an open house, there could be a couple other people that you would want to talk with that might have something better on their timeline.
Right.
Pete, feedback also, where are you?
Standing outside waiting to go into lunch with the guy. So I think you handled it well, Ryan. For me, and this is obviously my high D type personality, but for me, for an open house, the most important thing to be doing is making sure you have their contact information and getting at least one piece of information that when you call them or text them back, you can put out there and they'd be like, oh, yep, I remember talking to this person, right? So with Ryan as being as a high I as he was, you definitely filled him up a little bit and, said, yep, let's talk about this and let's talk about that. And then you moved it on. It would definitely be a matter of, like he said, making sure he was pre-approved before you go and waste an entire day with him. But you could do that over the phone fairly easily when you called him back at the end of the day and said, hey, I got these few places to look at. Hey, by the way, are you pre-approved? Are you this? Are you that? And you can get those questions answered. He may not be buying anytime soon, but a good person to have a relationship with. You just need a little bit more information to make sure you're not wasting your day showing him stuff. But I think you did a good job.
Cody, feedback?
Yeah, I think you did well. All the feedback I was going to give was already given, and frankly, I've been so caught up. I've had Pete on my screen the whole time. I feel like I'm watching Naked and Afraid. Just won't look at the camera. He's walking around place to place. He's under a tree, and now he's by a building. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. I was half in, half out there. I apologize.
All right. Yeah. I think there were some spots where you could have dug a little deeper, Ryan. Sounded like the 3-car garage with the deep garage was important. Why? What kind of car do you have? Could have gone down a rabbit hole there, but also the motivation. He said, you never know what life could bring. Just a simple, what do you mean by that? Because maybe he's like, well, I bought a bunch of lottery tickets, and if I win, I'm going to be buying a new house. Who knows? Is that the type of person that, is actually going to be buying this summer? I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, digging into that a little more. I don't know where Ryan was going. He probably had something in his back pocket, but that is my feedback. Ryan, anything else?
Oh.
Good. Dodd?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm being no fun and not letting you guys dig into your back pockets for these nuggets that you were hoping to use.
Yep. Got lots of nuggets.
Dang it.
All right. Anything else for closing remarks? Ryan, Pete, Cody, Jim's empty chair? Nope. All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. We've been doing it for a little over 30 minutes. So everybody who's joining us today, thank you for watching this. If you have anything that you want to see, any situations addressed, leave a comment below, and we'd love to make a video specific to your needs and interests. So also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you see all these that we post there. From everybody here at Leeds Geeks, thanks for joining us. Bye.